Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Superman issue 30, 2023. Ooh, crazy ass looking cover, Legion of Darkseid Part 3. Now, I pretty much wanted to check this out because I wanted to see, watch Superman and was interested to see where Superman was at this point in the comics and everything, and since I was looking into Batman, I wanted to check out Superman, even though this is like the end of like one kind of story arc, and then it's getting completely and utterly thrown into chaos because of DC KO going on. So, not best point to kind of jump in, but I was like, all right, let me kind of look into this and see what's kind of going on here with Superman. And I actually really enjoyed this one. Even though it's the third part, and I don't know exactly everything that's going on from the previous parts, I felt like I still was able to get enough of what was going on to figure out how this was kind of concluding and everything. You believe you know what tomorrow is, but you're wrong. My story is very different from that of the Saturn girl you knew, Kal-El. The war between Brawl and Titan had raged since before I was born. They didn't trust our ability to break into their minds. The Brawlian invaders felt we needed to be eliminated. I joined the war and killed plenty of those metal manipulators. I was repaid for my victories by being locked away. Even my own people feared my power. Everyone on Titan is burdened with the ability to hear another's mind. It was not unusual to hear voices around us, but I did not hear the voices of my people, or even my enemies. Something else spoke to me, and only me. It told me the secrets of everything. With each day, the voice grew louder until, as we pretty much see this kind of going in, I kind of like how it kind of like zooms in like that and has mainly the black page. And it's like, all right, what's kind of going on here? It showed me everything. Much of the past where I come from has been lost through countless wars. But that day I saw the final god, her seeing Darkseid and absolute Superman there. It's like, okay. It inspired me. Imra, get up. You Heroes girl, get up. I can see in your minds, your worries. You have a daughter you're afraid of what the Brillians will do to her if they ever get a hold of her. While you fear your commanding officer? Oh, he's a bad, bad man, isn't he? What are you talking about? Crap. How did a Brillian get here? I always hated you. And pretty much using that to get them to kill each other. It's like, oh, shit. Hey, you dirty mind raider. I know we're supposed to be bitter enemies and everything, but if you get this power-draining collar off me, it can help us break out. The voice gave me purpose. It gave me a mission, to gather its forces, to gather its, as we see her looking at and having the Omega symbol for Darkseid there. It's like, that's freaky, man. That's really good art. Legion. I did just that. I traveled from world to world across our universe and found others who felt his presence. Our God's power grows stronger every day, and the great collision is upon us. Your reality will fall before his might. And now you can add me to your ranks. The coolest version of Superman and the Legion of Superheroes ever. As we see Superboy Prime pretty much grabbing Superman like that. It's like, holy shit. Prime, don't do this. You're better than this. Shut up, as he headbutts him. It's like, that's gnarly as shit. This is a very interesting kind of page layout. With pretty much the whole thing for like the kind of information for the comic. We've got the 2-pager pretty much with that, and then bumping in with kind of panels to close up certain kind of moments. All I wanted was a fucking team up, and you couldn't even give me that. So this is what you get. Easy, Prime. There will be plenty of that, plenty of time for that later. Can you read my mind too? I can, and I like what I see. You're really screwed up in there. We can't trust the outsider. It's like, okay, let's see how that works. We should just kill Superman and his little sidekick now. You want to throw down? I got no problem killing Legionnaires. Take your shot, lad. I don't think you want that, boy. It's like, ooh, shit. Dick Wagon 101 right there. How about I rip your arm off and beat you to death with it? It's kind of my thing. It's like, shit. Fuck. Grr, boys. Superboy Prime will have his chance to prove he's one of us. To test his loyalty to Darkseid. Garth, be a deer and get Booster Gold while Prime and I talk. Booster, run! As we see Superman trying to, like, get Booster out of there. The Relic still thinks he has a chance. As Superman then gets, like, thrown down. It's like, oh, fucking shit. Saturn Girl, what's the plan? And then I kind of like that you got the close-up of, like, that Legion with the Omega symbol there. Booster Gold has absorbed chronal energy, and that has allowed us to use him to travel through the different futures, to track down anyone who is a threat to our master. But Booster also holds Omega energy, the very essence of entropy. Interesting to have both of those there. And as long as he does, Darkseid cannot be whole. He cannot fully return. So as much as we've needed our dear Booster Gold, we're going to sacrifice him. You've been through so much, witnessed so much horror, and it will all be over soon. It's like, fuck, man! Hey, I love evil monologues. The many legions of this world's future, they worship Superman. They worshipped heroes, but the thing they truly worship is the past, while we worship the end, which is why we will win. It's like, that's not really always the case, and I think you're kind of oversimplifying the Legion of Heroes. They're using examples and benchmarks to kind of like aspire to, and then kind of go further than that. Then we get this thing about, like, where is Lex Luthor? As we pretty much see him in, like, kind of monastery, kind of meditating and shit. While people are, like, trying to, like, gun for his ass. This is a really kind of cool way of, like, we see the beginning of it, of, like, this dude with an Omega symbol trying to go for his ass for Darkseid. And I kind of like that he's, like, on top of, like, the page. But then we see this dude listening to what's kind of going on. Kind of rushes in. And I really like that he's, like, running, and then we see the assassin dude with his fucking head turned around. It's like, god damn. When Darkseid left the physical realm, he started his journey. The ruins of the 31st century. With this machine, Superboy Prime, forged with hate and darkness, crafted from technology from across all of time and space. With all its power, it needs one final ingredient. And that is definitely an ominous-looking motherfucker right there. I do like that it's got black, purple, and then the kind of red in the background. Helps give it some pop. Blood. Booster Gold's blood has been infused with both chronal and omega energy, making him the key to traversing the time stream and destroying all possible threats to the great Darkseid. Once Booster's blood fuels the machine, it will send omega energy into the barriers between time and space, and light a path for the final god to return. Element Lad, be a deer and use your powers over creation to open the portal for us. Darkseid is. As we see that dude doing some shit, he's like, holy fuck. And it looks gnarly with the Omega symbol. And like, god damn. Stop, this isn't you. There must be something of the Imra I knew in there. I'm not her Superman. I know only Darkseid. And how is it all and that is all anyone will ever know. The future is fallen. Now it's the past's turn. I wish I could have seen you take down those dumb Legion kids. I always hated them. Oh, it was glorious, violent, and fun. But now is your chance to prove you follow Darkseid. Kill Booster Gold. Dan Jurgens is going to be so pissed. Kind of going kind of meta there. It's like, okay, Prime, don't do this. You said you were better, that you weren't this person anymore. Remember that time, what Time Trapper told you, Superman? I'm here to do what you could never do. It's like, okay. It's like, ooh, and we got some good stapling here. No loose pages. And that was making sure these losers thought I was one of them. It's like, holy shit, okay, that kind of works, because it would be kind of hard for Superman to kind of like block that shit out. What? How? Superman can't hide his thoughts, you evil copycat. He's always thinking of doing the right thing. It's at the forefront. With you reading his mind, it's tough to pull a fast one. But me, I really do hate the Legion, and I can blast my nerd rage all day. Listen, even with what limited bits I know of Superboy Prime, that is an effective use of his assholishness. Like, yeah, yep. Long as he pretty much like thunder chucks her ass. It's go time. Shut up, nerd! As he fucking just cracks his ass. It's like, god damn. Superman, your turn. Blasting a dude with like heat vision. And then Superman just breaks out. And I kind of like that right there. Boom. Really good art, man. You're not gonna kill me? No way. I just need these dorks to open the portal back to Superman's home timeline. You had us all convinced, Prime. Maybe too much, as we see him utilizing his breath like that, which is actually pretty cool. I'm like, god damn, that really freezes some shit. Time to hit the road, Booster! Say bwah to Blue Beetle for me, as we see fucking another Thunder Chuck from Superboy Prime with Booster Gold back into the timeline. You better get going after him, otherwise he's going to get lost in time. You still owe me a team-up. Here, I want you to have something. As he tosses him a Legion ring. It's like, cool. What, your Legion ring? No way, I didn't earn it. You will. Now come on, let's fight these wannabe Legionnaires together, and then you can come back with me. Nah, they'll just follow you. I'll hold them back until the portal closes, as we see the Legion, Darkside Legion coming after the ass. I'm not leaving you. I've been a fan of yours all my life, and no matter what anyone says, you're the coolest superhero ever. Batman can suck eggs. Prime. Yeah. Listen, Time Trapper showed me some of what could happen next. For you to save your future, to save the Legion, you need to save the past. So trust me when I say the only way you're going to be able to stop Darkseid is... Don't hold back. Prime, no. As he freaking belts Superman a big one, and then he kind of like flies through the time and everything. It's like, that's really crazy looking. Like, I really like that spread right there. That's nuts. Huh. Nice. As we see cracks and everything going. Yo, Legion lost. You ready to brawl? Why would we trust you? I got my Superman moment. Now I get my Legion team up. We're no Legion. We're going to die. Darkseid's forces are too powerful. Of course, we see the remnants of the Legion standing there, get ready as Darkseid's comes on. The Legion changes all the time. Sometimes it's a big team, and some days it's a small one. What matters is that we're all influenced by Superman to do what's right. So there's only one thing left to say. It's like, alright. Long live the Legion! And I kind of like that he's going out, and then it kind of goes down, and kind of fades out of existence into white. That's actually pretty nice. Meanwhile, on the Justice League Watchtower, as we see all this kind of crazy, see how these events unfolded in Justice League Unlimited PK. Thank you for that. As we see, like, Batman Beyond, a lot of crazy-ass shit and everything. Like, what the fuck? So we get the Flash. You, Trapper, you don't get to make nice just by repairing the damage you caused. Steel and Metamorpho are still in a bad way. Why did you come here? To deliver a message. But I see that in 4.2 seconds, someone else will convey it. Priority Omega alert. Threat level off the charts. Contact every single available member of the Justice League. Tell everyone to come to the Watchtower, now. Follow where Booster Gold goes next in the Justice League The Omega Act special in stores next week, and then check out DCKO issue 1 as the epic story continues. Next, Superman at the end of the world. As we see Superman and Booster Gold, and then the whole kind of... And then we get some stuff of, like, what goes on with Superman. And then, of course, a tease for, like, the DCKO. And then a little bit more tease. So, I enjoyed this. I knew some weird, crazy stuff was going on with Darkseid and with Booster Gold. But it was cool to kind of see this part of Superman teaming up with Superboy Prime because of all the contentiousness that has gone on with Superboy Prime. And I like that they used his assholishness as a thing to pretty much get him to get the Darkseid Legion to trust him and get Booster Gold out of there, as well as Superman, and then have his Legion team-up moment as everything's kind of going kind of gnarly doodah crazy-ass day. And then pretty much getting us set up for what's going on with DCKO. Now, even though this was like a third actor, I think this was good enough for you to kind of like pop in and check out what's kind of going on in this kind of lead-up. Even though it is going to severely get disrupted by DCKO of what's kind of going on. But I liked their handling of Superman. He's trying to help Booster and to save people and save the Legion and even help Superboy Prime. And even try to help Saturn. Saturn Girl. Even though she's like, yeah. And the art was really cool. I'm like, okay, this really worked out pretty well. I liked how detailed it was on close-ups like this, and how crazy the action is, and an effective use of different kind of colors and everything. You don't want to go completely and utterly Rambo Jambo, but you got a lot of different kind of movement with like blacks and reds, but then also some purples and everything to break stuff up, some blues. So, I liked it. I think the main issue with me, I like Superman, kind of would want to dig a little bit more into him. As I've kind of gotten older, Batman was the one that I really kind of liked first. That was kind of like what happened to me. I like Batman and Iron Man because they were kind of like achievable kind of ones. But then I moved more towards liking Superman and Captain America for what they kind of represent and what they do. Also doesn't help that sometimes, like, they did some weird-ass shit with Tony in the comics. It's like, what the fuck? Even though I'm still on that kind of tech thing, there is a lot of good use for the tech. It's you need that kind of center that you kind of get with Superman and Captain America. Or sometimes they go even like kind of crazier with Batman on certain things. But I like this, and I would actually recommend it, even though it's like the last part of an arc. People look at me like, what the fuck are you doing, you weird ass? It's like, okay, I'm actually kind of going into this of like, okay, you've just seen the new Superman movie. What happens if you attempt to try and get the newest, yes, this came out actually the week prior, Superman issue? How is that going to fuck with you? It's like, actually, it's a better kind of jumping on point than I thought it would be, but it's mainly also what they're dealing with like the events that's popping up. So that's kind of outside of this control. But this has been going on since this volume has been going on since 2023, and I'm like, I can see why people could be digging this and everything. So yeah. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.